So now let us derive the units. So let's first start off with area. So area we define as equals to length into width. Right? Now you measure length in what? Since you are trying to find out the unit, so unit of area, you'll be measuring length in meters. Similarly, you'll be measuring width in meters. So that as a result, the unit of area is going to be meter square. I'll be coming later on to the next thing that is known as a dimension. So please do not get confused with what is unit and what is dimension. So this is the unit of area. Now if I have to discuss about volume. So volume is going to be defined as the height into area. Height you will be measuring in meters. Area we have already found that we measure in meter square. As a result, this comes out in meter cube. So the volume is going to be defined in meter cube. Then, if you talk about density here itself, so if I say density, density is what? Density is going to be defined as mass per unit volume. Now mass, we measured it in kilograms, and the volume is going to be measured it in meter cube. Therefore, the density is going to be kilogram per meter cube. Right? Now, if we come to the case of force, let's say. So, for the case of force, what will we have? So, if I have to discuss about force, so force is equals to mass into acceleration. So we haven't got into acceleration, so let's first derive the units of that. Apologies. First is, let's say, speed or velocity. So if we talk about speed, so speed is equals to length per unit time. Right? Length we measure it in meters. So this will be equals to meter, and time is going to be measured in second. So this will be meter per second. Similarly, after this, if we have acceleration, so acceleration is going to be measured. So this will be measured in speed per unit time. Now, as you know, speed is what? Speed is meter per second. So you'll get meter per second divided by second, or this is nothing but meter per second square. Okay? So this is speed. We have acceleration. Let's go further. Since we have defined speed, we have defined acceleration. So, taking it further, we can discuss about what is force. So force will be equals to mass into acceleration. Mass will be measured in kilograms. Acceleration will be measured in meter per second square. Okay, so this is the unit. Generally, we also specify the force in newtons. So 1 Newton is equals to 1 kilogram meter per second square. Right? Since we now know what is force, we can find out how much is the pressure. So pressure is equals to force per unit area. This is equals to force per unit area. Force we define it as kilogram meter per second square, and we had defined area as meter square. Right? So if I just try to simplify, this is going to be equals to kilogram divided by meter second square. This meter is going to cancel with one of the factors. So this is going to be the expression of the pressure, right? Finally, let me tell you about the work and then we proceed further. So how much is the value of the, or what is the unit of work? Work is equals to force into distance. So when we say it's equals to force into distance, force is measured in kilogram meter per second square. You multiply that with meters because the distance is measured in meters. So this is going to be equals to kilogram meter square per second square. We also measure, this is also generally referred to as joules. So either you write it like this or you write it in joules. Joule is the general dimension system of unit. So this is what we specify as a unit, right? Now, these are the units that we have. But these units, as you see, are dependent on whatever system of units we choose. That is, whether it's a CTS system, whether it's a SI system, or whether it's a FPL system, right? But we have to derive up to something which should be independent of the system of units. So that thing which is independent of the system of units is what is known as dimension. So what exactly does a dimension stand for? It is, so if I am saying that length, so if I say length, irrespective of whether I measure it in CTS or I measure it in SI, length is length. So we have to denote something related to that. There has to be some short form of that. So that short form that we say is what is our dimension. So for the base quantities, if I say that I'm talking about length, so length is going to be represented as L. Okay. Then if I say I have mass, so mass is going to be represented as M. Okay. Then if I say I have time, so time is going to be represented as T. Okay. So these are the dimensions that are there. So there are obviously other quantities that are as well. So from these quantities, we are now going to understand how to derive the dimensions. Because when you are using any particular physical quantity, you have to play around with them. The foremost thing is this: if you are given a force and you are given a velocity and you are asked to add them up, you cannot, because you have to add two quantities. You can only add two quantities which have the same dimension. You can basically, to put it precisely, you cannot add 1 meter to 1 second. You can multiply them, but you cannot add or subtract. You can only add or subtract with quantities which have the same dimensions. Okay? So let me put it this way. Let me try to explain it further. So these are the primary or the base quantities. So if I now have to derive it, or if I now have to understand about the derived quantities, the dimensions of the derived quantities. So starting off with, let's say, area. Area is, it was meter cube, right? Meter square. So meter square, so I'll be representing it as L raised to the power 2. Similarly, volume. Volume has a unit, meter cube, so its dimension is going to be, either you put it outside or inside the bracket, doesn't matter. Then, if you have density, So density was measured as what? It was mass per unit volume. So kilogram per meter cube, right? So this is going to be represented as ml raised to the power minus 3. Why? Meter is measured in length. If you take it to the numerator, it becomes minus 3. So this is the first set. Let's take it further. Let me now define it for, let's say, speed. So speed is what did we understand? It was length per unit time. So meter per second. So dimensionally, I'll be writing it as meter will be L, second will be. So this is going to be the dimension. Further, if I say acceleration, so acceleration we define it as meter per second square. So this is going to be given by L t raised to the power minus 2. Force is going to be equals to kilogram meter per second square. This here is going to be represented as ml t raised to the power minus 2. Okay. Then if I have to do the work done or work is equals to force into the distance. So force was kilogram. So this was measured as kilogram meter square per second square. So here you will be writing it as L square, or first I should be writing the mass. So it's going to be m L square t raised to the power minus 2. Please see, work, force, they are not the same. You cannot add this to this because the dimensions are not the same. Then, coming to the case of pressure, so pressure was defined as force per unit area. So it will be kilogram divided by meter second square. So this here is going to be represented as m L minus t raised to the power minus 2. Again, you can see that these are all quantities that have been derived from force, and all of them have different units. So you cannot add each one of them. You cannot add this to this. Right? So this is what is our dimension. Obviously, we'll be discussing some more about dimensions later on, but as of now, we have till this particular point. Fine? Hopefully, it is clear till this point. Next thing what we'll be doing is the scalars and the vectors, and I'll be giving you a brief about how to play around with the dimensions as well. Yeah? Thank you.